January 28th, 2014. I think we're past the worst of winter. Spring is just around the corner. That means weddings, people getting married. Not only am I a voice actor and photographer, I also run a mobile DJ service. That means a lot of weddings during the spring and summer. Recently, I had a friend ask me to DJ at her wedding. Hi, Melinda! I was happy to oblige. As I was talking to her, though, it made me realize just how many things I take for granted about a wedding ceremony. Most people don't get married every day, so they naturally have a lot of questions about what exactly goes on during a wedding. I thought I'd make a video to try and answer some of those questions, at least from the perspective of the DJ. Keep in mind, it's your wedding. Nothing I'm about to say is set in stone. I'm just trying to give you a general idea of what goes on during a traditional wedding. Keep in mind, though, it's your big day, not anybody else's. Feel free to change it up as much as you want. The first thing you're going to want to do is hire a wedding coordinator. These are professional wedding planners. Not only do they know how to organize a wedding, they know where to go to find the best deals on catering, DJ services, and all those other little details that most people don't even think of. Hiring a wedding coordinator will actually save you money in the long run. Aside from the DJ, which you should obviously just hire me for, the other major services that you'll want to think about are the venue and catering. Where do you want to have the wedding, and what kind of food and drink will you be serving your guests? Will it be an outdoor wedding, an indoor wedding, open buffet, open bar, steak and lobster table service, champagne and beer? There are more options than I can easily go into in this video, and a million other tiny little details that I haven't even touched on. Spend some time imagining how you want your wedding day to go, and talk over all these things with your wedding coordinator. That's what they're there for. At the wedding ceremony, here's what usually happens. I play some light background music while the guests are seated. Expect things to run late. They almost always do. Nobody gets seated on time. Once the families are seated, the officiant, that's the person that performs the ceremony, and the groom make their way to the front to await the arrival of the wedding party. At this point, I turn the music down for a few seconds to let everybody know that the ceremony is about to start. The processional starts to play and the wedding party makes its way up the aisle. After the flower girl, there's usually a brief pause in music and everybody stands. Then the bridal march starts to play and the bride makes her way up the aisle. Traditional music for this might be Canon in D or the bridal march, but you can choose any music that you'd like. The priest does his thing, promises are made, rings are exchanged, bada bing, bada boom, you may kiss the bride. At this point, I play the recessional, and the wedding party makes their way out of the room. Traditionally, I play the wedding march, but as I said before, it's your wedding. Pick any music that you'd like. I've seen people play I Got a Feeling by the Black Eyed Peas. It's your wedding. Do whatever feels comfortable for you. After the wedding party leaves the room, guests are invited to make their way to the reception area. Usually, about this time, the photographer steals away the wedding party for some pictures. This usually takes about half an hour or so. Meanwhile, I'm playing some light music, inviting guests to find their seats, get some drinks, get some hors d'oeuvres. When the photographer is finished with the wedding party, I'll announce their entrance to the reception area. This is usually a good time to set up a receiving line so everyone can congratulate the newlyweds. Then dinner is served. I play some light background music while everybody eats. I find jazz works well, but pick whatever genre of music you prefer. After everyone eats, toasts are made by the best man and the maid of honor and anyone else you feel safe handing the microphone to. Cut the cake, give everyone a chance to get a piece, then we start the first dances. Lights are dimmed down low, and I announce the bride and groom's first dance. Music plays, then the bride usually dances with her father and the groom dances with his mother. Keep in mind when you're picking out the music for the first dances how long the songs actually are. Nobody wants to be stuck out on the dance floor in front of everybody for 5 minutes. Usually you want to aim for about 3 minutes. And I can always cut a song short if you let me know ahead of time, but it almost always sounds better if you pick a song that's the appropriate length in the first place. Once the first dances are finished, I invite the wedding party to go out into the crowd and drag people onto the dance floor, get the party fired up. This is where I kick the music up and turn on the disco lights. Get everyone dancing! People will dance for a few songs and then usually get tired and start to sit down. When things slow down, that's a good time to do your bouquet and garter toss. Then you invite everyone out onto the dance floor again. Usually some line dancing works well at this point, such as the electric slide or the Macarena, something that's easy to dance to that everybody recognizes whether they're young or old. Maybe even the chicken dance if there are a lot of kids present. Though, a lot of couples absolutely hate that kind of music. Don't worry, we'll talk about music well in advance of the big day so that everything sounds exactly the way you want it to. Generally, I try to play a broad range of music to keep everyone happy, especially early on. As the children and grandparents leave later on in the evening, I usually kick the party up a notch and play some more contemporary music. At some point, the bride and groom will want to do a send off. Now, you can pick a song for this, or just let everybody scream and yell as they throw birdseed or hold up sparklers or whatever you have planned. And that's pretty much it. There are a lot of other little games and fun things that you can add to the reception, but I think I covered all the basics. If you hire me for your wedding, I usually go over all this stuff in detail ahead of time, make sure I have all the music that you'd like to hear. If you enjoyed this vlog, share with your friends, click subscribe. If you have any questions about weddings, ask in the comments below. If you're in the Spokane, Washington area and want to hire me for your wedding, shoot an email to johnjdick@yahoo.com. I'll put a link to my email in the description. I bring all my own equipment and lights. The going rate for a DJ in this part of the country is $500, which is what I charge, though that price can change depending on what part of the country you live in. Congratulations on your engagement. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you next time.